Hey, we're Apes. We're at BIGSOUND, and we're here with the AU review.
So I suppose welcome to Brisbane, first BIGSOUND, yeah? So how have you been anticipating, the next few days of showcases and madness?
Whirlwind, busy, yeah.
It was
exciting.
Real good buzz, like certain vibe, like a static atmosphere. It's really cool.
Yeah. Obviously you guys have been having quite a big 2014 so far. Have you had time to kind of reflect on, the amount of shows you've been able to lock down, the fact that, you guys are now generating some international buzz as well?
It's been good. It's kind of weird. Every 6 months or so, we all get together and kind of just set ourselves some goals and stuff like that, and ones that we want to achieve. And it's just, we've been really fortunate so far this year that we've surpassed that and really starting to do all right.
I mean, obviously you guys have been, making music and playing together for quite a while, probably longer than a lot of people would recognise. I mean, how crucial do you think that prior experience to Apes as you are now has been?
Yeah, huge.
Yeah.
When we first started, what did we play, 100 shows in our first year?
Yeah.
So we lived out of each other's pockets for a whole year, and it's definitely massive in forming who we are, at this point.
Yeah.
So.
It's definitely like a kind of maturity or something that comes along after. It's like that first 18 to 24 months is that you're still kind of just learning everything and how it all works, and still getting to know how you work as a band kind of thing. It's only been the last probably 12 months that we've really started clicking into being Apes kind of thing. We're all writing together and doing stuff like that, more as a full band rather than, bits and pieces done by each person.
I suppose in terms of, just reflecting on the way that you've been writing together and even performing, when do you think that change in dynamic came for you guys?
Well, probably the start of the year when I think we started playing just that sort of next tier type of venues and stuff, and the bands we were playing with, we just learned a lot, which sort of changed, where we wanted to go as a band, and it sort of, formed, sort of our next sort of pathway, I guess, and just learning from those guys we were playing with and learning a lot from the venues as well. So
it's we got together and planned to release an EP at the start of the year, and we'd wrote that, and it was the first time we'd all really clicked writing as a group, and we'd finished writing the songs we'd wanted for the EP, and but it just kept flowing and flowing and flowing, and next minute it's let's just do an album. So we just kind of tried to stay in that kind of element that we had and just keep seeing how much we can get out of it. And
I think it was right after that period that Ben was talking about where we played 100 shows in a year or something, and then we sort of took a bit of time off where we were still doing the odd show, but we've been really picky about what shows we were actually doing, and we spent a lot of time then writing for this EP.
And, I mean, just on the bands that you have been able to kind of play alongside, Royal Blood and Banda Skulls, two of my favourite bands. I mean, to be a music fan, watching that calibre of rock music be translated live, as performers, that's going to give, like you were saying, that's going to give you a really good insight as to how you might want your own shows to develop, I'd imagine.
Yeah, spot on. Really.
When we started, Banda Skulls were in the top 5 bands we wanted to sound like. So when we got the support slot with them around the country, it was just we were so excited just to play them, but also just to kind of learn, I guess, and just see how a band at that caliber kind of just functions and stuff like that. So we took a lot from that tour.
And they're just such a cool group of people.
Yeah.
They're so down to earth. And I love that about rock, those kind of really intense sort of rock bands, you kind of assume that there might be this certain persona about them, but then
it's true.
They're just so down to earth and
Same with
so approachable. Exactly.
I think when we played with them at the Corner Hotel, they said that it was the biggest crowd they'd played to at that point. Now, I don't know if that was actually true, but as we know since then, they've had number one album, and it's just gone crazy for them.
For sure.
But they were so down to earth. We were chatting to them, and
They're
It was
heaps
really
cool.
good. Yeah.
Thinking about the way, you know, musicians and acts out of Ballarat have been coming over the last few years, I mean, there seems to have been a real spotlight, I suppose, cast on the different artists coming out, you know, whether it's
true, yeah.
Goldfields or, you know, Hunting Grounds, or even, you know, the Yacht Club DJ guys and now
Yeah.
you guys. I mean, how would you describe, you know, the general kind of atmosphere towards live music and the support of music in Ballarat?
It's huge in Ballarat. Like,
Yeah.
everybody gets around each other immensely and
Yeah.
and boost each other. It's like an incredible community, and I think that's part of the reason why those cream of the crop bands coming out of Ballarat do
Yeah.
you know, get what they are.
Ever since like Yacht Club, the first band, sort of started to make waves in Australia, all the other bands just sort of thought they can actually
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of the things about a regional band, isn't it? Like,
There's so
it
much
is
like,
hard, but-
support for each other kind of thing, and it's I guess like sometimes like in Melbourne, like one of the biggest cities, there's like sometimes it's more competition kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where out in Ballarat kind of thing, there's nothing like that at all. It's like every band
Yeah.
you just named then like hang out and have a
Yeah,
beer kind of
they're
thing
all
together
mates,
and
yeah.
be friends kind of yeah.
That's, I mean, like, just seeing how popular, you know, the Crover Lounge has kind of become for, you know, more nationally touring bands as well.
Yeah.
Would you say that there are kind of other venues popping up?
They set the standards like so high as well
Yeah.
of like the standard Grover is just such a authentic music venue kind of thing. It's like, and that's why they do so well, and that's why they're at the top of their game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, from what I hear from the guys who, you know, usually play there regularly, they've got a really good, like, management crew.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Lucky,
it's great.
Sean,
Yeah.
and the whole
Yeah.
awesome.
And I suppose, you know, thinking about where you guys are headed next, I mean, I know that there's international shows out on the cards. I mean, how are you kind of keening up for that, like, this next phase of what you guys are going to be doing?
It's 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
So it's definitely going to be a bit of a learning curve. Like,
Sure.
I guess it's kind of, it'll be like going into state for the first time or
Yeah.
something like. But yeah, it's just exciting. It's exciting. Like we've had a bit of momentum overseas and stuff like that, and you can never really gauge it, kind of thing, or like know what it translates to or anything like that. So we're just kind of excited to get out there and
Yeah. See what
Just
it's like.
take
Yeah.
as much from it as we can
For
and
sure.
give it the best we've got.